Live from the Annenberg Performance Studio at KCRW, please welcome Oklou. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and first of all, congratulations. 2 big milestones this year.
Yes.
The release of your debut album and the release of a child into the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Yes. And I have to ask, I mean, you know, many artists will feel like giving or releasing an album is like giving birth to music. So how do the two compare? Giving birth to a child and giving birth to an album?
Oh. Well, yeah, it's not comparable physically.
Yeah.
No, well, you know what, one thing that is interesting to say, I guess, is that the release of the album, because I was pregnant and because I had to prepare this second release, was made the campaign experience of the album much more bearable for me, I think, mentally, because I had to have some sort of distance, but in a positive way, like be not stressed about things. I had to, for the sake of my pregnancy, so it was a very appreciable.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
When I listen to the album, I sort of feel soothed in the way that I might in the arms like of a parent, where it's very like calming for me personally, but also tickles my brain at the same time. And there's so much imagination. I was listening to it a lot while driving through LA traffic, and let me tell you, it made the traffic a lot easier. And I'm curious for you, especially, and when I say that, I'm talking about like the music of the album, you know, like the warm textures and the production, the delicateness of it. I'm curious for you what your hope is for how your audience feels when they hear your music.
You know, I don't think I have expectations on how people will receive it. But I know that the closer I get to a sound that I really feel connected to myself, the happier I am to share it, because well, it's the message, the language that I'm working on is when it's perfected, in my mind it holds a lot more power. So yeah, I guess. But what you said about what you've been feeling, it's really accurate with I guess what I want to convey when I write stuff. I kind of realized it during these years of searching for my own sound, but I realized that I do lean towards this softness in the sound, this warmth. It's really important.
And what are some of the new instruments or techniques that you've used this time around?
For this album?
Yes.
So I would say that for Choke Enough, when I was working on the instrumental material, it's less of a playing piano album, playing keyboard, I mean, album, than what I could have been doing before that. I was more paying attention, like I was more paying attention to the quality of the pattern of the scenes that I was going to work with, whether it was a sample, whether it was something that I've been doing, whether it's something that my friend Casey would send me. I was not so it was not so important for me that I would use my two ends to play the lines on the keyboard.
And in the past, you did that more.
Yeah. So for me, it's the big difference, actually.
Was it sort of like more freeing for you in a way to not be locked into a keyboard?
Not really. Actually, I guess I just needed to do something different. So it was a way for me. But I'm not so interested in like get out of your comfort zone. I'm like, comfort zone means comfortable, so like why would I get out
Yeah,
of it?
good point.
But I was afraid to be stuck in like my hands. I'm a good keyboardist, but not as good as other keyboardist, and I have my limits in terms of like what I can create with a keyboard. So I felt like I would be stuck in the same harmonies, the same ways of doing the music, So I had to go towards another direction in terms of research.
While the music of the album, as I mentioned, for someone like myself, feels very like soothing and calming, I'm one of those people where I hear the music first and then I start like listening to the lyrics. And then I came to realize like a lot of the lyrics are from the point of view of a person who's not necessarily feeling calm or soothed. I mean, there's definitely some like deeper emotions that are being processed, right? What is, where were you personally, while you were making the album, like what were you processing with the lyrics and emotionally?
Well, that is the hardest part for me to talk about because it's been the hardest part of the entire writing process of the album. I mean, Casey here can testify as well. We spent hours talking about the meaning of what we wanted to do and the lyrics and stuff, and we could feel that sometimes we would be stuck in sort of a loop of like and we had to cut it sometimes to like just I guess just refocus on the inspiration and the imagination also, without trying to make too much sense, because then we got stuck a couple of times.
Yeah, like and overwork the idea.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Get lost in the sauce, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good expression.
Lost in the sauce. Yeah.
Lost in the sauce.
You mentioned you play the keyboards, and I feel like you probably play better than you sort of just said that you may. You're like,
I mean, by that's when it comes to improvising.
Yeah.
I have my little zone.
I understand that.
But
yeah, because you also were trained classically, which is different than improvising. It's like learning the pieces and stuff. Were there classical composers that you found yourself like inspired by and drawn to early on?
Well, when I was a child, early on, I would say I don't really remember my own tastes. I do, but not in music. Like, but growing up, it's funny because I feel like there's an age, like around 10, where you're drawn to things, but it's hard to call it a taste. Like I used to like some classical music and some other one I was not so interested in. And it's still the same. It's the same at 32 today. So I already had a taste. I just couldn't I wasn't conscious of it.
Yeah.
But it's never changed, and it's always been the composers from the late 19th century and beginning of 20th. The French guy, Claude Debussy, Fauré, Ravel.
Yeah.
This type of really dreamy sounds, and harmonically it goes everywhere. It's very hard to play, actually, to be fair, but love them.
I was hoping you would say Debussy because, for one, when I was a kid learning piano, Debussy was one of my favorites because it felt like childlike in a way and more jazzy and like more interesting to me. And I learned like the Children's Corner Suite in particular, which was like all these children's stories. So I was like, I like Debussy. And then I had like an uncle show me how he was making jazz chords into like classical stuff. Not to get all nerdy, but then I was thinking about you being a classically trained pianist, and the music that you make is sort of like an electronic pop Debussy because it's very like expansive and imaginative, and there's foundations of like tradition, but also a lot of like futuristic ideas, and there's like a whimsy to it as well.
What does that mean?
Whimsical, like
right.
Playful, kind of childlike, or like yeah, like fun, and Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you're my electronic pop Debussy.
Wow.
What about like as you proceeded on to discover maybe a little bit more modern artists? Who were some of your guiding lights, like electronic artists?
The first album that changed my life is maybe a bit much, but the first album that I bought with my money was Gorillaz.
What was it?
Gorillaz.
Okay, Gorillas. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I always say it wrong. In
No, it's
French, we
not.
say Gorillaz.
I like that.
So yeah, that was a crazy time. I mean, in terms of like what it did to my brain, it's a strong memory for me. It's
Nice.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I know that you're probably listening to FKA Twigs before you ended up working with her, right? That was one of those albums that blew my mind with Water Me on it. I was like, what is it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, the thing is that I think I discovered her through Arca's mixtape at the time, because she at the time released the E mixtape. Well, it's hard to say. I don't know how she would say it. But yeah, Arca, and well, she worked with her, right? For the
so.
Water Me thing, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, yeah, it was a great era of discovering things.
Yeah, and I mean, it must have been really cool to have one of those artists that you were inspired by to now be on your album, the deluxe version, which is out now.
Yeah.
What was it like working with her? Were you kind of like starstruck, or did you feel like you're just both two artists doing the thing?
I'm always starstruck, but I hide it very well.
Okay.
For my own sanity. We actually didn't met for the studio sessions because I was pregnant, and very much so.
Yeah.
So we did it from a distance, but it was nice because we've been working with Danny LR. He was the magician under the keyboard to make this song, and we actually only met for the music video later.
Okay. Do you feel like the sophistication of electronic music is underappreciated?
Whoa. The sophistication of electronic music?
of electronic music, or like the music that you make. I feel like sometimes people think when they hear electronic music or like dance music or whatever that it's like, oh, it's easier to make or something. But I don't believe that personally.
No,
and I'm just wondering if you come across that. Yeah. Have you come across people having that perspective?
Oh yeah, but it was when I was younger, and it's very sad. But I've and I think that's maybe why I got away from this environment as well. It's because I could feel that there was some sort of rejection of pop music and pop culture in general. Not so much electronic music though, because you can have like sort of like intelligent electronic music, like more I don't even know how to say that. Yeah. But it was more a rejection of pop culture. And from the classical and more jazzy environment, like schools I went to, etc. When I would appreciate, like I remember at the time at this school, I was so in love with the Rihanna track. Oh
yeah,
this one. A great.
What's it called? We fell in love in a hopeless place. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, I don't. What's the title?
We fell in love in a hopeless place, or we fell in love. Yes.
This track is emotionally, it's crazy. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I would like. Oh, I mean, the scenes. For me, it's a great piece of music. I mean, obviously, but when I would talk about it with passion and love for the craft, I would not be taken seriously. But I was very young, and so I was like, oh, maybe I'm just dumb. And then I understood that I wasn't, and that it held as much emotion and as much as much as much emotion than any other any Debussy piece of music. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sort of full circle.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Lou, thank you so much for being here at KCRW. Ready to hear some live music? Give it up for Okay, Lou.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.